told Warren when he got here. And so I ripped the movie. It ripped in Spanish.
Oh, fantastic.
So I was sitting here scrambling. I had to rebuy it on Vudu.
Oh, no.
Because I couldn't get it ripped quick enough to do it today. So we're watching on Vudu.
Okay.
Yeah, I was completely prepared.
I pulled up my Google Translate.
I was completely prepared to learn Spanish on this day via the context clues of the movie.
Love it. Well, I'm ready to go whenever you guys are.
Oh, you said ready to go? All right, I'll catch you all later. No.
All right. Here we go. 28 days later.
You gotta say it like 28 days later. You gotta say it like you're like SpongeBob is getting ready to get out of rehab.
Man.
Like drunk SpongeBob shows up to the clinic 28 days later. He's all sober.
I'm laughing because I just imagine this being all Mexican instruments. like a little salsa thing.
Like a mariachi band.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Right in your face straight away.
Spanish. Oh my God. That's our fan base after they see that we've reacted to it in Spanish. Because they're going crazy. Wow, he was beating the crap out of that guy on the course. That was actually pretty skillful. Thank you, you three, for dooming everyone on the planet. That's hilarious. Oh, God. Wow. I have decided that how most of these movies start is because somebody is just stupid.
Right?
All you had to do was listen. 28 days later.
See? Sounds so much better that way.
All they had to do was listen. Golly. Bruh. Everything looks fucked up. I wouldn't be yelling hello.
Yeah, neither would I.
Like yelling out, come kill me. Like holy Jesus.
Right?
This is exactly a perfect depiction of what it's like to start playing a game after your friends have already been playing.
That's so true.
Incredibly accurate.
That's
nice
so
games.
true.
And you're just like,
Man, you look so cool. My dude is naked.
it's like, what? I will Then we can just skip the fall in love part.
Yeah.
Like this guy also has really good gear. He's been playing a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely past the tutorial.
That seems like a trap.
An elaborate ruse.
Like, like you must find us. Hmm.
That always works out well in horror movies.
Exactly.
Is this a horror movie? Is that what kind of podcast we do?
This would be a really good advertisement for whatever vehicle this is. Need to survive an apocalypse? Buy one of our vehicles. Like, Jesus. This is the plan? Is it ready? I'm trying my best.
I'm trying my hardest.
I'm trying my hardest. Holy cow.
That's the kind of shit that makes my back tingle.
Like, man, that was tough. We've gone too long of a stretch with nothing, happening. Sounds like we're trading off quantity for quality of murder here. I think. Ah, fuck.
Womp womp.
I mean, these guys are idiots.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just shoot at nothing.
Yep.
Watch this. I'm gonna whip out there and put him down. But now all of a sudden this dude's Assassin's Creed. Like, what's going on, bro? I don't care. You gave me these drugs.
Foreboding.
She said, whoa. Tubular. This is crazy.
Swing
That's
wildly
great,
while
isn't it?
shooting.
Yeah, that's me.
Soldier of the Year.
Yo, he used like a Pokemon attack. Like he was like, "Bleh," like,
Mm-hmm.
like on him. Like that's. Oh no! How much strength do you have, little girl? Just hang on a little bit longer. Oh, no, please. No, please. Well, I don't play these kind of games because that'd be me. I'm Batman. Like, oh, shit. God damn. God. I'm screaming for a different reason. No. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, that's a long story.
Hey everybody, welcome back to We're Gonna Make You Watch. I am Brian. With me as always are my good friends Isaiah and Warren. And in this episode, in preparation of things to come, we made Warren watch 28 Days Later.
like that's so cryptic, but like
Really not though.
But it's not. Like you could have just said 28 years later is coming out, so we made him watch 28 Days Later.
Yep. Oh goodness. Anyway, before we get too into it, what have you guys been up to lately?
Staying busy, trying to catch up with the podcast now that we're back in the swing of things. So
Yeah.
we're kind of like, as these episodes are coming out, we're basically just recording them. So trying to get ahead a little bit here. But that's been kind of a struggle just with how busy me and the wife have been lately, and trying to juggle this and trying to make it quicker for me to edit. So most of the time this last week has been when I haven't been busy living life, I've been editing. So it's been a busy week.
Okay. Well, this one we're recording pretty early though, so I think
it's coming out in 2 weeks from when
this one's coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's awful. It's awful.
Because our Texas Chainsaw episode is dropping tomorrow morning, or already out when you guys are watching this.
Yeah, you're right. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so then we have to record in a week in order to try to get ahead.
Pretty much.
I ain't got shit going on. So, okay. Damn. Yeah. Well, I love you, man. I do. I love you because I know it's a lot of work. Warren, what have you been doing?
Nothing really.
Celebrating.
Listen, look. I'm just enjoying life. I'm enjoying that I've had 7 straight Mountain Dews. I've had 7 straight tacos
Today?
I think you get the theme I'm going with. Then 7 straight AFC Championship games.
Today?
Today. All today. It's fantastic.
I picked up the theme that you're throwing down. 7 straight AFC Championship fucking games.
Yeah, cool. That behind me, I can't even do it because it's weird.
We're all really impressed.
Are you? I don't know that you are. I don't think people
genuinely am. Hey, you know me. I don't hate. I was wearing a Chiefs jersey yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, most people are not really impressed. They're upset.
It's me. Obviously, we're talking about Warren's Chiefs this advanced to the AFC Championship game. By the time you guys listen to this, they will have either lost or won. But
the Super Bowl. No, it's like what?
Jesus Christ. I think it comes out a week before, actually.
Yeah.
It's funny the hate, man. Golly, people hate seeing the Chiefs win.
Well, when you cheat, people typically don't enjoy it.
There were 2 bad calls yesterday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Made a difference in the game? No.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
There were 2 bad calls yesterday.
No.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
But they wouldn't have made a difference.
I saw 23 points. to 12 points.
They're not going to change any of that.
How can you hate us? We gave them 2 points.
You did.
I don't understand what we're doing here. Like,
you gave them a whole ass safety and a chance. No,
and a chance.
No chance.
No,
but
yeah, honestly, like me, outside of that, like not a whole lot. I started watching Castlevania.
Oh, nice.
If that matters to anyone in the comments, I haven't finished it, but like I'm glad that like I have like the ability to understand what I'm looking at, because like it's not just like there's the Castlevania, the original, and then there's like this other one that they came out with, and so I can see how someone might be confused if they just typed in Castlevania and started watching it and be like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on."
Right.
So I started with the actual just Castlevania, and I know nothing about Castlevania because I didn't play the games, but I know Brian played a lot of it. So I've been doing a lot of like Googling while I've been watching, because I'm like, is this
Brian
canon?
spent a lot of time getting frustrated by the fucking games because they're really hard.
But yeah, so I'm on like season 2.
Nice.
So
nice.
like, you know,
I heard good things.
Oh, you haven't seen it? I thought you watched it.
No, I've never watched it.
Bruh, it is really good.
That's what. Yeah, I've heard. Good
it's really good. I would say, as somebody who never played the games and didn't really know a lot about it, for it to draw me in the way it did, I think you would really enjoy it.
Nice. Okay.
Because like I had to Google the plot of the game. Because I thought Dracula was I thought you were Dracula in the game. I thought that was the point. I thought you were like Dracula fighting other vampires. And then it was like, no, you play as the Belmonts trying to stop Dracula. And I was like, that makes a lot more sense considering what the story is happening right now. So
yeah, Dracula's the main villain in most of the games, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty cool. The animation on it is really good, like really good.
Nice.
Which is like rare for like Netflix stuff, because they don't typically make good animes. So the animation style is really good, voice acting really good. It's very enjoyable. I highly recommend it.
Nice. Hell yeah. I haven't done much. I feel like I've done something but completely forgot what it was, so it couldn't have been anything too amazing. I'm ready to go back to work. You've been back to work already, Warren, but I'm not. I think we go back in like 2 days or some shit, which I'm ready. But other than that, I feel like I said, I've been watching a lot of fucking like food tube.
Interesting.
I've been watching so many like Guga and and Uncle Roger on YouTube and shit.
Okay.
Yes, I don't even know. I'm lost.
Oh
now.
God, you don't want to, but you do at the same time. Like they're really funny.
Guga's really good.
Yeah, Guga's great. Guga's great. And Uncle Roger's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been watching a lot of like food tube and like watching people cook food and try different foods and shit. And man, but that's kind of that's like all I've been up to. I'm supposed to try and go see the new Wolfman movie at some point this weekend, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not.
Yeah, me either.
But I'm gonna try. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it this weekend.
I was disappointed to see that some of the reviews ain't so good for it, but I don't care.
Is this a remake?
Yeah,
correct.
Not a continuation of a previous.
I'm assuming a remake.
Okay,
but yeah. Anywho, that's what I've been up to. So let's get into talking about a really, really kick-ass, I guess you call it a zombie movie. 28 days later. Warren, initial thoughts. What'd you think?
Solid.
Yeah?
Solid movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't overbearing or overwhelming with like hordes and stuff like that. Like I know that's kind of the typical route you go with movies when it comes to apocalypse with zombies, like the big hordes and the swimming and all that, like just floods of zombies rushing, like one little sound, and then here's a zillion zombies, and you're like, bro, that's crazy. But like they kind of toned it down, and I thought that the explanation of it was good too. Like they didn't try to confuse you of the whole like where did it come from. It was like, nah, this is where it came from. This is how it happens. So you have a canon and a very simple way of understanding when someone gets infected, or like how to tell if someone gets infected, or a tense moment of like, ooh, are you infected? Because there's a lot of blood here. And I love that that creates a lot of confusion if you see somebody like covered in blood, because you're like, is it infected blood, or is it just your blood? Is it somebody else's blood?
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of thing. Um, I always find it really interesting when movies like this, like the origin of stuff and how like different it is. Because they were like, yeah, the monkeys are just mad. So like when you get their blood and you become infected with rage, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. That's a different thing. But I did like that the zombies could die. They will die eventually if they don't eat something. I thought that was more realistic, because even though it's an undead creature, it still has uh it's still like a human body. It has to sustain itself to survive in some kind of capacity. So I think that that was a good take on that, and it kind of provides at least a light at the end of a tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly, you know, I feel like sometimes in the concept of like a zombie apocalypse, it kind of like that's just it. It's over.
Yeah,
Because
everything kind of tends to feel really bleak.
yeah, because you can't really stop it, because if someone doesn't know about it, right? Like you can never fully wipe it out. It's like someone's always gonna let something slip through the crack, and then it spreads really fast again. So it's like, at least with this, if you could quarantine it, and you kind of get that data of like, yeah, like they can go 2 weeks without eating before they just die. And
Mm-hmm.
you try to quarantine it and keep it that way. And as the numbers start to dwindle, you clean it up, and you try to create some type of vaccine or something if you can for something like that, to try to keep that from becoming a big thing. But yeah, no, it was solid. Solid movie, solid characters. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Good. I'm glad. I kind of had a feeling you probably would like this movie.
I bet you did.
Yeah, I did. No, well, the thing is there's a lot of like, I don't know how to necessarily say it, but this is a movie that it's like it's not your typical quote zombie movie in the sense that they're not called zombies. They're called infected. They
Right.
act differently. They run. They called it that they at the beginning they say that the monkeys are infected with rage. Um, so that's kind of what the disease is. It's just rage.
Right.
And but what this movie has that most zombie movies don't have is it has like there's a sense of like loss and humanity in this movie when you watch it. Like when Frank gets infected, it's like fucking kind of heartbreaking, because like
Yep.
because it they really build on these characters pretty well in this
Yeah.
movie, because at the core of it, it's like the four of them throughout the vast majority of the main portion of the movie is Frank, Hannah, Selena, and Jim. And then when Frank gets infected and gets killed, you're just like, fuck, man. Like, there's like, there's a lot of like anything's on the table, it seems,
Mm-hmm.
because, you don't expect, I didn't expect him to die the first time I saw this movie. I was like, holy
Right.
fuck. Like, I was like, oh my God, he's going to fucking die. And it kind of feels awful like when he dies, because he very much was like the father figure to them. Jim in his sleepiness calls him dad when he
Yep.
wakes up, when he's having the bad dream. You know, so he was like kind of the pseudo guardian of these three, and they're kids. They're basically kids. But yeah, this movie has like the shows like The Walking Dead have that. You know what I mean? Because it's a show. They do it. They did it. And with The Walking Dead, at least at the beginning, I didn't watch all of it, but like I think I watched the first 3 or 4 seasons of that. There was a lot of like humanity, and there was a lot of loss, and then there was a lot of emotional moments in that series. And this movie kind of has that. Dawn of the Dead don't have this. Like you know what I mean? Like Night of the Living Dead barely even has this.
Right.
And that's a great movie. They're both great movies. But they didn't hit it quite like this did. I think this is one of the better zombie movies, I guess we'll call it. Isaiah, do you remember your first experience with this one?
God, the first time I saw this, it was a movie rental. Me and my roommates rented it. They had thought it was like some kind of like thriller or action movie or something like that. Little did they know what they were in for. I didn't even know about it, at the time, but I watched it and fell in love instantly with it. One of my roommates had nightmares about it though afterwards. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, I fell in love with this movie. I fell in love with Danny Boyle's work. This was the first Danny Boyle movie I had seen. I hadn't seen like Trainspotting or anything like that before this, and like I've absolutely loved every single one of his movies. Yeah, he's made since.
He's a great filmmaker. Yeah.
I mean, you've got stuff like Slumdog Millionaire, Sunshine, which is another one that we got to show Warren at some point.
Is so good.
Sunshine's underrated.
Oh,
it's one of my it's one of my favorite space, sci-fi themed movies.
Yeah, Sunshine's great.
Mm-hmm. And so, I developed such a love for this movie. I even love the sequel. I think even the sequel does even
28
better
Weeks
things.
Later is really good. Surprisingly, really good. Like 28 Weeks Later is really good.
Yeah. But so it was. I probably saw it. I would say probably 2003, late 2003, early 2004.
I went to the theaters to see this when it came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I was pretty sure I was in the military still. No, or maybe I'd just gotten out. Yeah, I'd gotten out of the military. Okay. I was out. I'd been out for a couple of years because they actually. I believe the 9/11 attacks happened while they were filming this movie because I think this came out.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, this came out in 2003. So yeah, I had been out for a couple of years. But I remember going to the movie theater to see it. I want to say this was kind of a bounce back movie for him because I think he did the movie The Beach before this. I think
so, yeah.
And that was kind of a bad Leonardo DiCaprio movie. I mean, it's not a bad movie. Yeah, he did. The Beach came out in 2000, and it's kind of it's a bit of a miss for Danny Boyle. It's probably one of the worst movies on his resume. And
there's not many bad movies.
There's not many bad movies.
That might be the one bad movie on his resume.
It might. You might be right. It might be the only bad movie. But honestly, there's still a watchability to that movie. Honestly, it's better than I think critics make it out to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was kind of a bounce back for him because The Beach did kind of tank. It cost a lot of money and it tanked. I think it was his first big budget movie.
Yeah.
And it did not do well. But yeah, this was kind of a bounce back.
That he did this and it was kind of a low budget, thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they made it on a DV camera. I mean, they didn't even use a film camera or a digital camera. It was a DV camera, like a tape camera. And that kind of adds to the effect of it with kind of the grittiness.
Yeah, I agree. I like how this movie feels. This movie feels really gritty and it feels really I'm trying to think of the word, but gritty is about as good as I can fucking come up with my dumb ass today. I can't think of words today, but yeah, this is a pretty fucking good movie. So yeah, it'll be nice to show him the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, I did. I went to the movie theater to see this when it came out, and yeah, it's a fucking awesome movie. It's totally killer movie. Do you got any? We have not messaged back and forth about a potential next movie, but I did have one in mind that I've been kind of wanting to show him.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna wing it. I think.
Let's do it.
Warren, next episode, we're taking you back to my childhood. All right. And we're going to make you watch The Poltergeist. Have you ever seen Poltergeist? Not that the Poltergeist. It's called Poltergeist.
No, I have not seen it.
Yeah, I know you haven't seen Poltergeist. It's got Craig T. Nelson. It's a great fucking movie. It's a Tobe Hooper movie. Wow, 2 Tobe Hooper movies within the past 3 episodes. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
What other movie was it? Chainsaw?
Chainsaw 2. Yeah, he did Chainsaw and Chainsaw 2. Yeah, man, it's a little haunted house movie, dude.
I know what it is.
Do you?
Yes.
So you've never seen Poltergeist then?
I've never seen it. No.
Okay, fantastic. I've been kind of wanting to show you this movie for a long time. This is a movie that's near and dear to my heart.
Good old cursed movie.
Do I? Oh yeah, it is, and that's why I can't wait to talk about it, because there's so much stuff that we can get into when we start talking about the production and whatnot in regards to that movie. So fuck yeah. All right. You guys got anything you want to add before we slide out of here?
No, I think that's good.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you guys so much for the views and all the subscribers and all that stuff, all the subscriptions. Why do I have
R.I.P. TikTok? R.I.P. TikTok.
Yeah, rip TikTok, man. Yeah, R.I.P. TikTok. I guess people are going over to something called Red Note.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
I don't know how to.
I looked it up on the Google Play Store, and it was like red and then a bunch of Japanese or Chinese symbols. I'm not sure. I don't want to offend anybody, but I was like, I'm good. Like,
yeah,
like I don't know what I'm signing up for. So
Matt did it because Matt has my buddy Matt. He's got a pretty big TikTok following.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
And
doing what?
Like what is this?
Just a lot of it's like just kind of old boomer shit.
Oh, okay.
Like he's got a pretty strong following, so he took him over to Red Note. He's like, I watched some YouTube tutorials and shit, and it's so how he could set up his account and everything. But yeah, he took everybody over to Red Note. So yeah, he's doing that thing. I was like, I barely even opened TikTok. So yeah, I'm fucking old.
I mean, I now have a void in my life because that's
yeah. You
just get a VPN and you can use TikTok.
Do what?
You just get a VPN and use TikTok.
This is true. Yeah, you could just get a VPN and you'd be fine, and you can still do the TikTok thingy.
I can only do it at home, right?
I don't know.
They've got an app, like NordVPN's got an app for your phone.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I'm like, bro, you know how many anime edits I have saved through TikTok, bro? Like, bro, that's so many years of work. And come on, bro. And then just funny, the amount of pointless funny videos or like random ones, like of just like where you just don't have, I don't know how to explain it. It's like context, like you just scroll and then something happens and you're like, why did this pop up? I don't know, but it's very funny.
Created too much revenue that our government couldn't get a hold of.
Yeah, no. The guy literally said it in one of the hearings. Was like,
yeah.
Why are we not making any money off of it? And I was like,
so they
thought they were going to sell it. That's what
try to force everybody to join, like just do Instagram or whatever. So
well, they thought they were going to sell. Almost guarantee you. They were like, we're going to ban it. All right, well, we'll just sell it. It's like, no, we're not going to fucking sell it. Yeah. It's just going to go away now. And we're going to,
right.
And the countries that don't ban it are still going to use it. And we're still going to make money. Like, you're an idiot.
Yeah. Oh, well. But yeah, rip TikTok in America anyway.
It'll be bad.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for the views. Thank you all so much for dialing in and hanging out with us and our silliness. And we will catch you guys on the next episode.